Ladies and gentlemen, what you're about to hear is the moment everything Gavin Newsom built in California finally collapsed under its own weight, because tonight, while the cameras were off and the politicians were quiet, federal agents executed one of the largest criminal alien sweeps in American history. Guys, they just took down more than 10,000 violent offenders that are hiding in Los Angeles, a sanctuary city that Gavin Newsom swore was safe, it was inclusive, it was compassionate. And right as those numbers hit the wire, Gavin Newsom, he broke live on camera. I mean, right in front of Ezra Klein, the same Gavin Newsom who spent years calling Donald J. Trump a liar, suddenly admitted Democrats failed on the border. He admitted, guys, that the border crossings were completely out of control. Gavin Newsom admitted California could not contain the chaos, and he also admitted Trump was right. In his own words, actually right. And America heard it. But that was just the opening shot, because within hours, a federal judge blocked California's National Guard deployments. Protesters flooded the streets for a day without immigrants, and Gavin Newsom's meltdown ignited a nationwide firestorm he cannot put out. Trump warned them. They ignored him, and now the consequences are here, and the receipts, they're completely undeniable. Grab your seat, folks. We're exposing the collapse that Newsom never wanted you to see and the truth that he cannot take back. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel down below. Turn on that notification bell. Look, Gavin Newsom, his on-air meltdown, his stunning admission, all of it. We need to talk about this, guys. So everything completely changed the moment Gavin Newsom sat down with Ezra Klein, and the mask completely slipped off. This wasn't spin. This wasn't a carefully crafted soundbite. This was a man cracking under the weight of a crisis that he spent years pretending like it didn't exist. Now, on national camera, Newsom admitted the unthinkable. We failed at the border. He said California just lost control. He said the surge was real. He said Democrats ignored reality. And he said it with a look that told America he already knew the consequences were finally landing at his feet. This is the closest thing to an ideological surrender that you will ever see from a Democrat of this stature. I mean, Gavin Newsom, he's pretty up there, okay? And this was clearly defeat. This is an admission. And instantly, I'm talking instantly, clips spread like wildfire. Conservatives cheered, liberals panicked, and Trump supporters, they said exactly what Newsom never wanted to hear. He finally said it. Well, from day one, President Trump, he warned that California's sanctuary experiment, it was going to end in disaster. Did he not? Trump said that criminals were hiding there. Trump said that cartels were going to exploit that. He said open border Democrats were building this beacon for the world's most dangerous networks. And Gavin Newsom mocked him every step of the way. He called it fear-mongering. He called it racist. He called Trump a liar. And now in 2025, with Trump back in the White House, every prediction he made about California has landed like a meteor. Federal intelligence flagged cartel movements embedded in migrant pipelines. DHS briefings warned that California was becoming the western hub of organized illegal entry. And Newsom, the man who laughed on TV years ago, is now admitting Trump was, in his words, actually right. The irony is just completely overwhelming, and America is not ignoring it. Then came the hammer. So in the early hours of the morning, under the orders of President Trump's DHS, federal agents marched into one of the largest coordinated raids in American history, Los Angeles. Gavin Newsom's proud sanctuary stronghold, it became ground zero overnight. Over 10,000 criminal illegals were taken into custody, many with outstanding warrants, cartel ties, or violent histories. These were not harmless migrants that were looking for work. These were the worst of the worst kind of people, the very people Newsom insisted were not flooding into California, but they were. But DHS documents revealed the truth. Sanctuary laws acted like camouflage, shielding thousands from detection. Entire networks, they were operating right inside of LA, hidden in plain sight. The raid shattered that illusion, and all of a sudden, Gavin Newsom's confession wasn't just embarrassing. Gavin Newsom was damning proof that the state had completely lost control before he even admitted it. And right as the border narrative blew open, the hammer dropped. DHS launched one of the largest coordinated raids in American history, ripping through Los Angeles. Gavin Newsom's sanctuary crown jewel and the arresting of over 10,000 criminals, many tied to violent networks and cartel operations. And while Californians watched federal agents fix what their state leaders refused to confront, another crisis surfaced. This is one that was happening quietly in homes all across America, all 50 states. One of our viewers told me that she walked into her primary doctor's office and walked out in tears. Her doctor stopped stopped accepting her Medicare plan without any warnings. She felt abandoned. Chapter prevents that by verifying which doctors your Medicare coverage actually supports for the coming year. Now, most people are calling the phone number down below on your screen, 909-563-8279, or they're visiting askchapter.org/Ron. There's a link down below. Click that link right now before it's too late. And Shizzle79 wrote me something that really hit me hard. This hit me in the feelings. I wish I had known about Chapter earlier. My mom's coverage just kept getting worse and worse as her health failed. Long story short, she died with a lot of medical debt. I just want to thank you for sharing that, number one. I mean, this is clearly heartbreaking, and it's exactly why I talk about this. People deserve clarity and protection, not confusion, not surprises, and definitely not debt at the worst moments of their lives, right? So click the link down below. Now, what really made the situation catastrophic for Gavin Newsom wasn't just the scale of the arrests, it was the timing. His "we failed on the border" admission, it hit the internet the same day DHS announced the 10,000 arrest sweep. It looked coordinated, like the hammer, like he knew that the hammer was coming, and he tried to get ahead of the narrative. Inside Sacramento, aides described this mood with one word: panic. Gavin Newsom's team scrambled to rewrite these different talking points, issue statements, and decide or essentially distance their boss from the very policies that he championed. But it was too late. It was already too late, and he knew it. His confession played on loops while images of handcuffed cartel enforcers and violent offenders filled every screen. It created this devastating 1-2 punch. The governor admits failure. The federal agents deliver the proof. Gavin Newsom didn't just lose the narrative, but he publicly validated Trump's point. And as if the raids weren't enough, a federal judge delivered a ruling that struck directly at Gavin Newsom's political ego. So Newsom was crushed. He was done. So the court blocked any California National Guard deployments into Los Angeles unless Newsom could prove an immediate state level emergency, something that he adamantly avoided for years. Why? To protect the sanctuary narrative. Now, in effect, the judge just stripped Gavin Newsom of authority at the exact moment that he needed it the most. Conservative analysts called it a constitutional slap in the face, arguing that the courts no longer trusted Gavin Newsom to manage the crisis honestly. Meanwhile, state officials panicked internally, trying to basically understand how California lost operational control to federal agencies overnight. It sent a rather clear message, very clearly. Washington no longer viewed Gavin Newsom as a reliable steward of public safety. And for a man angling for 2028, losing authority on homeland security, that is a political death sentence. Now, for years, California operated as its own ideological fortress. Sanctuary laws, non-cooperation orders, and endless resistance messaging. But now with Trump back in the White House and DHS operating at full force, that fortress is cracking. Trump's DHS is using every legal tool available to dismantle the protective shield that Newsom built around undocumented offenders. And Newsom, he got stripped of National Guard authority, and drowning in public backlash has never looked any weaker. So the tension is unmistakable. A federal government demanding law and order versus a state government that's clinging to these policies that collapsed in real time. DHS officials openly criticized California's refusal to cooperate, stating that sanctuary laws directly enabled violent networks to thrive. Now, for the first time, Californians, they were witnessing a full-scale power struggle. Washington claiming control from a governor who lost it a long time ago. Now, the fallout didn't stay inside California. No, this thing exploded. So Gavin Newsom's confession detonated across the entire country. Almost immediately, activist groups launched a nationwide Day Without Immigrants calling for mass walkouts in Los Angeles, San Francisco, Chicago, New York, and dozens of other cities. Tens of thousands of people poured into the streets, waving signs, chanting, blocking intersections, shutting down businesses, and demanding protections from deportation. But this wasn't a protest, or at least it wasn't just a protest. This was a panic response to Gavin Newsom's on-air admission. His words confirmed what Trump's DHS was already proving. The era of unchecked sanctuary protection was over. Protest organizers accused Newsom of betraying the movement, while conservatives pointed to the demonstrations as proof that the border crisis had spiraled beyond political control. And as the crowd swelled, America witnessed something extraordinary. Activists that were angry at Trump, but they were furious at Gavin Newsom. Once that viral clip hit social media, Gavin Newsom instantly became the poster child of Democratic border hypocrisy. His line, "We failed the border," it spread across X, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram at lightning speed. Look, conservatives blasted this thing as the confession that they've been waiting for years to hear. Progressives called it self-sabotage, and independents, they called it proof that the Democrats were never honest about the crisis ever. And so memes flooded the internet. Gavin Newsom wearing clown makeup, Newsom holding up a Trump was right sign, Newsom running from DHS helicopters in LA. The governor, who once positioned himself as the bold, articulate defender of liberal immigration, he was now the guy that was admitting on camera that everything he said, everything he talked about, everything he championed was wrong. And the timing, right as 10,000 criminals were hauled out of Los Angeles, that kind of made him look not just mistaken, but complicit. And so President Trump, he didn't waste a second responding to Newsom's meltdown. During a press briefing, Trump looked directly into the cameras and he delivered the line that sent shockwaves into the political world. "I told them, they laughed at me, and now the receipts are pouring in." He held up DHS data like evidence in a courtroom. 10,000 criminal arrests in Los Angeles, cartel-linked networks exposed, and California officials caught flat-footed. Trump reminded America that every warning that he issued about sanctuary cities, about drug corridors, about unchecked migration, all of it was dismissed as a conspiracy, a scare tactic, or even a racial talking point, right? I mean, is Trump really racist, or is Trump simply proving a point? But now Gavin Newsom himself admitted the Democrats failed. Trump's tone wasn't angry, it was vindicated. And for millions of voters watching nationwide, this moment cemented something undeniable. Trump didn't just predict the crisis, he diagnosed it. So the political earthquake hit almost immediately. Look, within 48 hours of Gavin Newsom's confession and the DHS raids, betting markets started showing a dramatic shift. Gavin Newsom's 2028 prospects collapsed, dropping nearly 15 points. Meanwhile, J.D. Vance, Trump's closest ideological ally, skyrocketed. Voters viewed him as the law and order successor to Trump's agenda, especially now that the border crisis moved from talking point to televised reality. Drop a J.D. down below if you support J.D. Vance. Drop a Gavin Newsom down below if you support Newsom. Democrat strategists panicked, openly questioning whether Newsom was still viable as a national figure. Now, some even floated emergency alternatives like Ben Shapiro or Pete Buttigieg, but the damage was already done. Gavin Newsom, he became synonymous with border chaos, sanctuary collapse, and political contradiction. And as J.D. Vance surged, the narrative crystallized. Democrats didn't just lose control of the border, they lost their next presidential frontrunner. And so on the ground in California, the reaction was immediate. It was immediate and it was raw. Families in Los Angeles, they woke up to helicopters, roadblocks, armored vehicles rolling through neighborhoods that Gavin Newsom once claimed were perfectly safe. Business owners complained that sanctuary policies had shielded criminals for years. Parents admitted that they felt lied to. Even lifelong Democrats expressed disbelief that state leaders ignored warnings until the crisis exploded in full public view. Interviews from LA to Fresno to San Diego, they carried the same theme: betrayal, not by Trump, not by DHS, but by the governor who insisted everything was under control while data and crime took a very different story. Now, the raids didn't just expose illegal networks, they exposed political negligence. And for Californians who trusted their leaders, the shock is turning into fury. So by the time the dust settles, Gavin Newsom's political armor was shattered. His public confession, the DHS raids, the protests, the court ruling, the online backlash, everything collided into a narrative that he cannot escape. Voters are now seeing a government who spent years denying a crisis, only to admit failure at the exact moment federal agents revealed how deep the problem had grown. And in his trans policy remarks, his AI deepfake stunts, and his long record of sanctuary expansion, and a picture emerges of a leader that's unraveling under pressure. America's watching a political brand collapse in real time. And with President Trump back in office, enforcing law and order at a scale Newsom underestimated, the contrast is brutal. One man delivered warnings, the other delivered excuses, and now the truth is finally caught up.